A very good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News. I'm Katharina Chang. The entire Maldives Election Commission received suspended prison sentences today. Newsfirst is an exclusive reaction from the Maldivian Election Commissioner Fuad Taufiq coming up later on in the news. But before that, let's take a look at this afternoon's headlines. Arson in Katharagama, 4 dead including a small child. Prime Minister reiterates the importance of a court for the Mahasangha. Four Maldivian election commissioners received suspended prison sentences from the Supreme Court. Commissioner Fuad Taufiq says the move is politically motivated. And now taking a look at those stories in detail. The number of people who have died as a result of a house in Kandusirinugama in Rajamawata, Katharagama being set on fire had risen to 4. The police say that the latest victim was a 3-year-old girl who sustained critical injuries and was admitted to the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital where she succumbed to her injuries this morning. The police say that the owner of the house had attacked his wife with a sharp weapon and had then set fire to his wife and their home. The police, who arrived at the location at about 9:20 last night after receiving information of a fire at a house, had put out the blaze with the assistance of area residents. The police say that the suspect, his wife, daughter and mother-in-law were killed in the fire. The wife's 33-year-old sister and 76-year-old father, who were also injured in the fire, are being treated in hospital. The police say they are being treated at the Hambantota and Katharagama hospitals respectively. The magisterial inquest was conducted this morning by the Tissamaharama magistrate. The police say that the bodies were taken to the Hambantota hospital for the post-mortem examinations. And on headline making news, Prime Minister D.M. Jayawardeneh says that plans are in place to create a separate court to resolve disputes relating to the clergy. The Prime Minister made this statement during a function held at the Sudarshanarama Temple in Anuradhapura.
An event was organized to award the title of North Central Province Adhikarana Sanghanayaka to Venerable Iyagama Dhammavansha Nayaka Thero of the upcountry Amarapura Mahasect. The letter or Sannas Patre bearing the title was presented to the Nayaka Thero by Prime Minister D.M. Jayawardeneh. I thought it was best to create a separate court and appoint members of the clergy so that they would be able to resolve their own disputes. I believe laws should be adapted to suit the current social standards. However, I have not been able to obtain the information I require from the Mahasangha or their blessings for this purpose. So I try to implement several other concepts with regard to the Mahasangha. But since a faction of monks would be against me, I did not do this. But I do have a sense of sadness and pain that if things continue the way they are going, then there will be a deterioration in the Sasana.
And on other local news, the body of a 13-year-old boy who went missing while bathing off the Overkanda beach in Ratgama has been found. The 13-year-old boy has drowned while bathing in the sea last evening, and his body was discovered this morning. Efforts taken by area residents to find the boy had been unsuccessful since last evening. Our reporters say that the body washed ashore this morning. The body has been taken into the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital for the post-mortem examination. A woman has been killed and 6 others have been injured after a cab veered off the road and crashed in Mavanala. The police media unit said the accident occurred last evening when the driver lost control of the vehicle while travelling from Mavanala to Colombo. Preliminary investigations have revealed that the driver was under the influence of alcohol. Meanwhile, another person was killed in a road accident that occurred near the German bridge on the Anuradhapura-Kurunegala road. The accident occurred when a motorcycle was hit by a lorry that came up behind it at about 7:30 last night. The motorcyclist sustained serious injuries and was admitted to the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital, where efforts to save his life were unsuccessful. The deceased was 41-year-old Chamida Chandrasena, a father of 3. The Anuradhapura police have arrested the driver of the lorry. Hemalatha Hettiarachchi, the mother of MinisterLakshman Yapa Abeywardena, passed away yesterday. Hemalatha Hettiarachchi passed away after a brief illness at the Colombo residence of her eldest daughter, and her remains were taken to her residence in Makandura at 3 a.m. today. Hemalatha Hettiarachchi was a mother of 4. MinisterLakshman Yapa Abeywardena, Krishanta Yapa Abeywardena, Deepika Yapa Abeywardena and Shamali Yapa Abeywardena. She was the wife of late Edwin Yapa Abeywardena and passed away at the age of 86. The final rites will be held on Wednesday at the family cemetery. An event was organized in Matale yesterday to celebrate International Women's Day. The event was organized by the Central Province Ministry of Sports, Youth Affairs, Women's Affairs, Rural Development and Industry.
A procession was held from the Matale town to the Edward Sports Ground where the event was held. A large gathering including the members of the 3 armed forces, representing the Central Province, Minister of Child Development and Women's Affairs Tissa Karuliyadda and Minister of Land and Land Development Janaka Bandara Thenekon were present at this occasion. Prizes and certificates were presented at this event to female students who had excelled at the advanced level and ordinary level examinations. One day, a group of foreign ambassadors surrounded me and asked me if there wasn't a woman in our country's parliament to entrust this ministry to. Why was this given to a male? As far as I know, there are only 2 in the world. I thought they were asking me this in jest. It was later that I came up with an answer. I was born to a woman. I have 6 sisters. I am married to a woman. I have 2 daughters. My mother passed away when I was 5, and it was my 6 sisters that brought me up to be the person I am today. So I said that this is the qualification that I have. They said they would not question me again.
Meanwhile, Minister of Health Maithripala Sirisena says that farmers take prime position when it comes to national production. The minister made this statement at an event held in Polonnaruwa yesterday.
The event had been organized to mark the payment of pensions to farmers in the Polonnaruwa district. 1,200 farmers received pension payments at this event. The farmers are the people who shed tears of sadness in this country. They are not people who live in luxury. You make these sacrifices amid many hardships for this nation. You, the farmer, are the primary producer in terms of national production in this country. It is the farmers of Polonnaruwa that have brought about the major development, the transformation and the socio-economic environment that you see in Polonnaruwa today. The people of this country are today reaping the benefits of the foundation that was laid through the establishment of agrarian settlements through the agricultural policy of the S. Naika. Minister of Health Maithripala Sirisena also declared open the Polonnaruwa District Office of the North Central Province Industrial Development Authority in Polonnaruwa New Town. The office is responsible for providing financial facilities, technical knowledge and markets for small and medium-scale industrialists in the North Central Province and regulating these functions.
The Work to Rule campaign commenced by government radiologists at hospitals island-wide, citing 7 demands, is continuing for the 7th day today. The General Secretary of the Government Radiologists Union, Hemalatha Yapa, stated that the officials have not addressed their demands accordingly. He said that discussions held with the Health Ministry officials on Friday and Saturday had not been fruitful. When Newsfirst made inquiries, Deputy Minister of Health, Lalli Dissanayake, had this to say.
I think the radiologist strike is unreasonable. Not strike, I think they are working to rule. Because we have already complied with their requirements. So I think their first requirement was paying their some OT payment or something, fees payment. 65 to 100 we have increased. And second one, we have increased their call-up allowance from all categories, 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees. Then they are asking, one thing is not reasonable because they are asking to recruit all their new other recruitment only from graduates. But according to our management services, they have informed us to recruit from A-level people also with a diploma. So we can't cancel it now because we have to apply with these A-level people also. They are, so I don't think that ministry will agree. This is a policy thing. Another one, I think they have asked him to nominate one of their representatives to the tender board. That also we have, I think, complied. Then other one, they are asking during maternity period release their female people to light work because they are working the radiologist. That is not this maternity time. So that also I think our secretary has given advice. So I think it is not reasonable and not fair to work rules because innocent people we are taking their risks in this.
Meanwhile, junior hospital staff at hospitals in the Colombo district have commenced a strike action. The president of the All Ceylon Suvaseva Association, Devage Jala, said the strike action was launched to protest the failure to pay salary arrears as per Circular number 6 of 2006. He says that the functioning of several hospitals in the district has been affected as a result. When inquiries were made, Deputy Minister of Health, Lalli Dissanayake, said steps would be taken to make the relevant salary arrears payment. Well, that concludes this edition of Lunchtime News. It was a pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katharina Chang. Have a pleasant day ahead.
Hotline.